an etiquette Nigeria. Everyone who loves themselves will be concerned about the image of Nigeria globally. Many years ago, we traveled with my wife to Singapore about 12 years ago. And when we saw how that land was, the question I asked myself was whether our leaders travel at all, whether they go anywhere, or whether they travel to America, travel to the UK, travel to Singapore, travel to Dubai, see these things, see how things work. And it doesn't occur to anybody to make it work at home. Just go there and spend money. Go there and enjoy the land of the other lands without trying to see whether it can be made to work at home here. It's so painful. Some time ago, my wife and I were traveling, I think, to America, I think from Frankfurt, and an Indian man met us with his wife. He said, "Where are you people from?" We said, "We are from Nigeria." He said, "We hear so many bad things happening in Nigeria today." They are both medical doctors, just like myself and my wife, practicing in Georgia. And they told me, they said, many years ago, Nigeria was the place to go to come to study. They came to University of Ibadan to study medicine with his wife. And they got certificates that was sellable, marketable globally. They came from India to come study medicine in Nigeria, in Ibadan. And they are wondering today what has become of Nigeria. Professor Turaki once told me that when he was in HSC, higher school, and he went to America, someone who was not yet in the university in Nigeria, by the quality of the education in Nigeria, he was employed in America to teach mathematics in the university. He didn't have a university degree yet, but that was the extent to which our nation was valued, and everything was died to where it is today. My thought is, if we can have three things at least, as a nation as a whole. Number one, a conscience that is alive. A conscience that is practically alive. Alive unto God. Where people really have a conscience. Am I doing the thing that is right? Before I came in here this evening, a classmate of mine, who is a professor of community medicine in the university, is a DVC in the university, he said that the council gave query to the vice chancellor, and he was moved out of place. And when it was time to appoint an acting VC, instead of making the person that is next in command to go up, they went outside and brought somebody. Because the outside person knows somebody who is in the political powers today. So that is how, so he said, if they are not careful, they are destroying their university. I said, it's not just your university that is being destroyed, it's the whole nation that is being destroyed. The institutions are being destroyed. If we have a conscience and we can preach conscience that is alive, where things are done decently and in order. Secondly, if we can have respect for ourselves, for our own personal dignities, that you go out of the world and they say Nigeria and something negative comes in the minds of people. If we can all collectively respect ourselves and value our own human dignity and begin to mind how people perceive us, and then come together and talk to ourselves in the National Assembly and in the executive and everywhere, that we should, if we don't value anything or respect anything, we should at least respect ourselves and respect how we are perceived. And thirdly, if there can be practical value and love for humankind, the people in the land, I believe that if these things are done, we are on a journey. Otherwise, only God knows where we are headed. And then begin to integrate these things right from the childhood level. primary school level. Today we have miracle centers where people don't even write any exam and they have pass and they have distinction in all subjects. I believe that the Lord will help us. I want to congratulate and appreciate you for this effort, and I want you to know that it's going to be a very, very tedious task. But with the help and the mercy of God and with the cooperation of good people like this who will be seated here for such an event and not for an event that is something else, I believe that we will go a long way. Thank you all, and the Lord bless you.